Hello everyone and welcome back to the Australian Esports High School League Term 3 for Rocket League. I'm Mendrix and we are in finals week. And do we have quite the show for you today? First up, the grand final for Division 2 SPCC versus ASC. Directly after Division 1 grand finals, Lakers versus LCVRO. And to close out the day, the national qualifier between the teams yet to be determined. And where is the best place to watch everything on, of course, your AGON by AOC monitor. AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. But that is not all. HyperX. That is going to be able to do that. Power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. When you need speed, control, and zero distractions, Officeworks has got the tech. Discover gaming gear made to handle serious play. Power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. Push performance to the limit and check everything out. And if you're feeling a bit peckish, of course, Indomie, the noodle partner made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie meringue will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au. And with that, I believe the teams are almost ready to go. Everything should be in the process of getting that all set up and jumping into the action shortly. And again, as we said, it's going to be Division 2, SPCC versus AEST. Can't wait for these guys to jump on into it and get this up and rolling and started. And we are jumping right on into it. As of course, this is a best of 7. So teams will need to take out 4 matches to get on in there. Looking at Noms definitely one of the players to look out for. They're very skillful in their own rhetoric. I believe GC is the level coming into it. So definitely just a cut above the rest here in Division 2. But being finals, all the players are probably going to be jumping up to that next level, taking up to that next notch to see if they can perhaps take down ASC. SPCC, though, obviously look very capable to do something here, working together as a team. Shut down, get to those challenges, because all you have to do is just get in the face of Noms, make sure that they don't have the ability to do their setups, and create that space for themselves like Noms is doing right now. Good control with the flip reset, will be shut down by Kafumi, but you can see the chaos it's caused. Sets up, Light gets in position and manages to put that first goal away for ASC. Nice little touch at the very end there to get that one on through. As we're going there, continue there. Another quick one by Noms. Manages to get one back in again. Nice little touch over the top there with a bump. Just throws off the defense completely. Yukifumi tries to get in position, but puts it in that lower corner. Going forward with that there. Noms down, taking the control. Puts it over. Kafumi tries to get there. Manages to knock Noms, but it's too late. Ball has managed to get through. Noms with the beat. Manages to push that one across here. This is what I meant. Noms is the one that's going to be going into it and making it work. I'm really thinking now what SPCC can really do to bring themselves back into it. Ukifumi, good control, gets the flip reset into the corner. You can see that they have the mechanics to bring something back to Noms here, but they just need to make it work. But Noms, once again, pushes it through, gets the demo on the defense, and just makes it rough for SPCC to mount a comeback. And Ukifumi, just trying to get there at the very end, unfortunately won't be able to do it. And with 3 minutes and 30 seconds in, things very quick into it. See how this one plays out. will make it work. Fumi goes for the center. Tries to bring it through. Won't beat Noms. Light now picks it up. Pushes it across to the other side. And the ball will be brought into SBCC half. Light goes for the beat. Doesn't get the ball, but does knock away the player. Noms now beats one player. Has an open goal. Ukafumi, though, gets back by a hair length. Ball's on target, but it will be a good defense by Noms to push that one out. But the pressure now mounting for SBCC. They do want to get themselves on the board. Nice flick overhead. Put the pressure back on SBCC, but the ebb and flow started. They're pushing back between each other's. Noms slowing it down. We'll get control. Not the best take off the side wall. Ukafumi might be able to get a center here. Noms tries to get there. It's one player taken down. But the defense will hold. They are a bit low on boost. Light's the only one with one. As I said, that most birdie managed to pick one up. And Grim catches it in the end there. Yeah, Noms just unable to do as much without the boost. It's such a critical resource. Obviously comes through as well. That bump doing a lot of work getting Mass Birdie out of there. The only person that really did have boost and the position to defend. And SBCC get themselves 1 goal back. 3-goal deficit here. 2 minutes left. All eyes on SBCC to try and bring this one back. But you can see ASC have a really strong lead here. And Noms seems to be the one bringing them most of that details there. Light, of course, and Mass Birdie doing a good job holding down the line, keeping that defense in play, essentially unlocking Noms to be creative. Good shot, but good defense comes on through as well. The first touch from Noms, obviously, looking very menacing. Grim now tries to get it around the corner. We're able to steal the boost as well. This might be a bit of a setup there. They can continue to starve out those resources from all the members of ASC. Just be quicker to the ball after that. And then force awkward saves. They do have a strategy, a winning form to bring themselves back into it. But unless they can sort of execute on that, they're probably going to be in a world of hurt. Noms there, brings it up over the top there. He's quite happy with it to go low. As you can see, will drop themselves off to have a free flip directly afterwards, but isn't going to give them much. Noms tries to take it, but Grim waiting to intercept, brings it back. Ball seems to be a bit more on ASC's half now, which is good. This is what you want to see. This might be a suggestion that a series may be on our hands here. Yeah, ASC will probably take game 1, but they needed to win at least 4, and who's to say they won't drop 1 game in this series and possibly bring it to a game 7. But that's going to be a damn near impossible task with the way Noms is just striking the ball at the moment. As you can see, positions themselves perfectly just to get the right angle. That's a tough one to save, even in position. Hits the crossbar, curves directly in. A filthy angle, a filthy shot. Ten seconds left. I think this one's pretty much all but accounted for. And now it really comes back to that question of SBCC. Do they have a way to handle what is this composition ASC has put together? Or will they have to slowly fade away and miss out on their qualification chance? Okay, bringing it back through. Having a quick look at that there. You can really see the scoreline dictating who's been popping off, who's been doing the good stuff. Noms, of course, on top there with 1,000, close to that 1,100. Ukafumi, 600, not too bad. Possibly going to be the play we're looking to perhaps take something back. We're looking now as we do wait for everyone to get everything set up, get everything ready to roll. And now we're going to be jumping into game 2. Noms chooses to slow down on the kickoff there. A bit cheeky. Those fakes can be devastating, but also can backfire. I've seen it happen a number of times. But when you make them work, oof, do you feel good about it? Ukifumi up in the air, good control, tries to put it through, doesn't get the flip reset. Does mean that there won't be any awkward redirects that SBCC can take advantage of. But you can see the game has definitely slowed down a bit for ASC. They're not getting these quick goals anymore. Noms isn't really running away with the competition just yet. They're looking to challenge. They understand who the player they need to shut down will be. And Ukifumi does it this time around. Beautiful stuff on the side there. Krim basically steals the ball off Noms. There's no boost available for ASC. And then Ukifumi gets up nice and high, makes it hard for the save. And the first goal will go the way of SBCC. Demos coming across. All that good stuff coming on through. And we'll make this one come across. Ifumi slows it down. Nice control, brings it up. Beats one player. Noms is going to be raiding. Look goes for a quick flick over the top. That's definitely going to go wide, but does create a bit of chaos for ASC to work through, but they work through it. Noms now stops at the last second there. It's going to get a redirect off another player. Ifumi now looking to do the same. Beats Mass Birdie. I don't think they're going to beat Noms, though. Challenge goes through, sends it to the wall. Noms now in control. Keeps it up high, beats most of the players, but runs out of boost. It's going to drop down into the safety of the corner. Ukifumi now looking to take control. Ball goes up. Noms has boost. Will be challenged. And ball will head back to that corner side. Nice birdie once again, drops it on through. Grim tries to push it across. Looking a bit crazy there. Noms with a wall pinch pushes it towards the corner. Possible setup here, but no one is available from ASC to capitalize. And still, for the time being, SBCC hold the lead. It's definitely a different look, different feel from game one. SBCC needing that time to warm up, get themselves a little bit more prepared. Ukifumi, great control, beats Light, but Noms will be there with the defense, gets the save. Ball goes up high once again. Grim sends it towards the center. Hitman looking to focus on Noms, and I'm completely fine with it. They understand who's going to be the one looking at the goal, get the goals, who's going to be in position. Of course, I don't want to count out Light or Mass Birdie, but we just know Noms is definitely their linchpin player in this series, in the entire tournament. Grim there gets a nice little center. Not going to be an awkward save, though. Brings it back. ASC back under pressure. Continuing to hold the line, but the time is ticking down, and SBC continue the hold, or SBCC continue their hold. Noms brings it up high. Does lose control just towards the very end there. Had a little bit of boost to work with. Grim, that's a nice demo. Opening up a little bit more afterwards. Ball's going to go a bit wide. Another demo comes through from Hitman, but ball's just going to skitter off the crossbar or off that side post. Making things a little bit harder now. Noms, again, gets the flick over. Beats Grim. Ukifumi's in position to defend. Goes for it as well. Ukifumi reads that flick. Manages to bring it down again. Now we'll slow things down. Gets a little bit of that boost as well. Grim assists to help things out. Ukifumi does a good job. Noms with a squishy save manages to keep ASC's hopes alive. 1 minute left. Ball's going up high. Looks for the double tap. Ukifumi gets that read as well. Is in position to make sure that double tap doesn't go in. Grim will miss the ball, but it's going to come through either way. Mass Birdie looks to defend and will be successful. Oh no, the push on Noms. That could have been devastating, but it's all good. It's not the end of the world. Light chooses to refrain from another bump. And 26 seconds left. Noms trying to get it through. It's so close. Yet so far, Kafumi finds the defense once again. As you can see, 10 seconds left. Looks to get it over. Beats one player. Ukifumi, good patience. Doesn't push the ball in a panic to defend. Nom's getting one more chance. The opportunity goes it through. It's got to bounce and hit the floor. No one was there to defend, but this is Rocket League. Oh my, oh my. Some good stuff coming on through there. Definitely the case. I mean, looking at the stats, you can see once again, SPCC did a pretty good job of holding the line this time, really controlling Nom's that scoreline down to 600 there. Ukifumi also the same. Pretty good stuff across the board here from Division 2. The finals definitely delivering. Good control, good movement coming across. Expecting to see a bit more from both of them. Oh. There is no rest for the wicked. We are jumping straight into Game 3. Both teams now with one apiece. Another best touch from Birdie. But Light will quickly look for a powerful clear. Of course, using the corner to keep it near the wall. Safest way to get it out. Hardest way to sort of get a return hit. Not going to get the ideal bounce off that backboard. It's going to go back to that corner of Graham. Grimm doing a good job to push it well and truly clear of a opportunity for ASC. Ukifumi now has the ball. Will look to dribble. Flicks over the top. Nomps nice and in easy catch. Push it across, but Grimm will intercept to make sure nothing's going to go through. That's going to look a bit rough now for ASC. They managed to survive that attack without conceding a goal. But as I say that, Ukifumi, looking stylish, knows what to do. Brings the ball over, sees where it's going to be. Quick recovery from the gutter. Comes back, knocks it in, brings us that beautiful blossom. Is it a blossom? Is it a flower? It's a flower of some kind. We'll just call it whatever we want to call it. Grimm now tries to bring it towards the center. Nomps full boost. Will control, but doesn't have the oomph that we like to see. It's great when you bring it up high like that, and you can clearly go the length of the field, but you need to have a little bit of speed behind that ball when you do go for that take. Otherwise, you'll fall short, just like Nomps did there. Ukifumi once again playing off the sidewall. Hitman tries to make an awkward redirect, but will just miss out. Gets a bit of an air swing. Sometimes you need it to be that pixel perfect, and it does mean you have to risk it. Ukifumi now, good control, beats most of the players. Gonna bounce and hit the side post. Unfortunate, but still gives pressure for SPCC. Grimm gets another center in, but it's gonna go a bit wide. But Ukifumi makes it work, but the defense from Noms keeps it in place. This really seems to be a battle between Ukifumi and Noms. Who's gonna be able to bring out the crazier plays? Noms once again gets a big save from Hitman. Ukifumi wants to come through. Noms, again, with great recovery, does what needs to be done. Pushes it over through. It's going to bounce off the back wall. Noms sees where it's going to go. Plans the entire journey, whole way through his trajectory on point, and knows where the ball's going to land. Gets that goal. Gets the equalization in this match. And does not want SPCC to be winning by slim margins once again. Nice and high, but he's got some time. We'll knock it to the side. Didn't want to really compete with Ukifumi. Nomps now, quick plays. Is feeling the energy, the momentum from that previous one. Can't beat Ukifumi though. We'll bring it down the side. Light, nice little touch there. A little bit lower, would have been able to get a goal, but it's the setup that Nons needs. And Light is the hero that ASC needs to get that set up, to get Nomps in position, and to get them a lead back. Oh, well, 2 minutes and 31 seconds here on the clock. Let's see how this one all plays on through. Light now. Pulls across. Tries to get in the center. Kafumi doesn't want any of it. Noms bring it back. Ukafumi still playing a good job in that third player position. Noms tries to go for the double tap, but it ends up being a setup for Light, who's in position, and puts it away. And ASE restamping the commanding form in this series. Bringing ourselves back to it now. Let's hear how this all plays on through. Grim knocks it over. Ukafumi gets a nice little strike. We'll go towards the backboard. Nomps slows it down. Nice catch. On the second touch, we'll immediately push it back to the other side. Looks to pass to Light. Light goes for the shot. It's going to be on target, but it's just not going to have the same power. Ukafumi, a real proposition here, real opportunity. Slows it down just that little bit too much, and Nops is able to get back to go for the save. That's a beautiful strike. It's going to hit the crossbar. Not going to matter as Grim comes on through and completes that. And the demo setting things up nicely. Grim not missing a beat. Pushes it right nice and over. Light unable to get there in time. Standard kickoff. Light's going to push it towards the corner. Nomps gets it in. Looks for a Doomsday. It's going to be successful. Pushes that lead that little bit further forward. SPCC obviously trying to get that comeback, but when Nomps is in control, when Nomps is locked in, it's just too tough. Ukafumi also trying to make it work, but gets a touch on the ball, but not the angle. 4-2. Ball's going over the top, almost goes in once again. SPCC trying to do it desperately to get it on through. Nice touch from Nomps. Uses the ceiling to get a little bit of an extra jump if possible. You get yourself that ability to get another reset. But, of course, it's going to go wide. Up in the air, nice save. But Ukafumi, devastating. Misses out ever by so much. What a slim margin now. Needs to rush to get back. The dunk is not going to be successful from Nomps off that double. But the pressure from ASC now is just mounting time and time again. And now that we've got less than half a minute, even if a ball does go through for SPCC now, you're going to be hard-pressed to get another one in. Chance there, but is going to jump on it. Realize if they did try to push the ladder, Nomps probably would have won the challenge. So chooses to recover. And now that we get to the dying seconds, it's pretty clear he's going to be walking away with Game 3. And as the ball goes down, ASC take Game 3, push themselves out a little bit closer towards the match point. Not just there yet. Not just there yet. And these teams, they're ready to go. They've already, I can see that they've already readied up. They're already pumping into it. They want to cruise through the series as fast as possible. See what they can bring across. They don't want to have any moment of relaxation or time. They want to bring as much as they can to it. And now, jumping in very quickly. SPCC already under pressure. Nomps over the top. Sees a moment of weakness and strikes. As you can see, Ukafumi, not the best touch over. I mean, look, it's a decent clear in the sense that everyone gets back in time to cover it. Unfortunately, just not the case. Does mean that Nomps can continue to push that ladder, continue to push ever closer towards that match point. Grim has an open net, unfortunately, just doesn't get a touch on the ball. With a little bit more patience, might have been able to equalize it nice and early. Stop the momentum from AC. Light tries to push it in, is also going to go for a swing and a miss. Ukafumi gets a flip, reset, will use it to guide in. Noms tries to get there, but it's not enough. And Ukifumi equalizes in game 4. Yeah, that flip reset just doing so much work there. You can see Noms was kind of reading it, but Ukifumi let it themselves drop a little bit lower, and Noms obviously fell into a bit of a lapse of security there. Thought, oh, there's not going to be the flip reset, and at the last second, Ukifumi rips it out, pushes that ball over the top. Noms now, open net. Ukifumi gets back in time. Now it's going to be Ukifumi looking for the counterattack. Gets another flip reset, but chooses to fake that one out. Isn't going to use the flip on it. It's just going to give it a nice little touch. With the momentum of the ball, as you can see there. Does throw off ASC and SPCC. Are primed and ready. Now 2-1 in game 4. Holding the lead. Obviously not in the series, but at least in this match. And that ball, I don't think anyone from ASC was expecting it. Grim sees the shot through the light, knocks it over. No one has come back to defend in time. No one could read that Grim was in position to make a shot. And SBCC really beginning to finalize this one across and push a bit harder. This is a tough one for ASC to get, and they don't. Unable to defend it. That redirection off the pinch. Well, really the pinch off the 50-50. Puts the ball in an awkward spot. Ukifumi able to take advantage of it. Push the lead far and further ahead. And 3 minutes and 30. 3-goal deficit. Not impossible to come back from, but you can feel the momentum for SBCC. You can feel that they want this game for re-equalize the series, bring it up around that point. Noms has some decent boost here, decent control. Will beat 2 players, or will beat 1 player. You can see Ukifumi's back. Ukifumi does a nice simple defense. Push the ball over. Nice little touch in there. Will get around all of the nonsense and get another one for SBCC in game 4. You can see Light unable to recover just as quick. Mass also mispositioning just that little bit there. And Ukifumi able to take advantage of the slightly sloppy defense as they try to get back in time. Sometimes you want to be smooth. And of course you come back for it. Noms again showing us what a squishy looks like. Creates a really nice opportunity to push it across. Ukifumi probably used all the boost they had left in their tank. Obviously able to pick some up now. That's looking like an open goal. That's looking like it's enough. And 6-1. We're getting ever closer to what might be a Brazil. Yeah, Noms there taps it down a little bit as well. But the push through is enough from Ukifumi to keep that ball having a blue trail. And sometimes that's what happens. You look to challenge and end up assisting your opponent when you do knock it down that little bit with your car or knock it up a little bit. That is part of Rocket League. Grim keeps it up. Tries to push it on through. Not going to be able to get much for it. Uki shadowing for the time being. Doesn't want to give anything away now. Crazier things have happened in Rocket League with everything coming across here. But it's an open net. Unable to get to clear the bounce back from the crossbar. Frozen for ASC. You can see Light wanted to be there, but unable to make it happen. And we have a Brazil. Light. Swing and a miss. Noms, though, won't be missing. We'll push it towards the corner. Grim not getting the best clear. Noms doesn't want to take the ball without boost. We'll go back for it instead. Says, Light, Mass, bring it in for me. Demos are nice. Grim will also remove that pressure, much needed. Noms, though, no boosts. Able to beat one of the players. Goes for the fake. Ukifumi responds to Light, but is able to recover quickly. And is then able to fight back against Noms, who, I reckon if they had some boost, probably would have been able to sink that one. Now, ball's back up again. It's got some good pressure, good control. Had to use a bit too much boost, though, to keep the ball on target once it hit the ceiling sometimes. Too much pepper, pops it across. That's enough pepper to get themselves at least another goal. ASC see it. Ikufumi tries to control. Light comes in like a wrecking ball and just completely ruins the slow down play. Sometimes you've got time for that touch, sometimes you don't. That was not one of those times. But ultimately, it's an item that isn't going to change anything here as Noms gets another one. Funnily enough, this is also the case. Ikufumi gets an alright touch there. Not the best, but could have been better to perhaps get the clear. But the quick recovery from Noms, able to read where the ball's going to go off that touch. It's another one in. And at the moment, it still seems impossible, but with the way ASC are putting some goals in quick succession, might give them the momentum they need to bring it back. As I say that, they do manage to get a clear on the side of SPCC. They've managed to find some structure. They've managed to get their speed back, get their control. And they can just sort of park the bus now. You've done enough work. You've got it to 7-3. Light. Beautiful little fake. Throws off that defense. You can see it's a beautiful redirect from Noms. Grim gets in position, jumps for it, but Light choosing not to make that a hit. Pushes it across. Brings it to 4-7. And you just have to ask that question. Where was this ASC 3 minutes ago? If they had this sort of momentum, this sort of form with their structure, with their play, this series would be looking very different now. There could be a match point. They could be looking at an overtime here instead of a 3-goal deficit. You can see they're just continuing to put that pressure in, continue to look for those goals, but ultimately the work that SPCC put in earlier was that little bit better. And we do go through with Game 4 being taken by SPCC. And again, just looking at that there, you can clearly see who's really holding that momentum, who's pushing most of it across. And really does seem to be Ikufumi and Noms stealing the show between the two teams. Oh, we're getting back into it. Game 5 has started. Back to it, even ground for both teams. All of them looking to leave everything on the table. Giving every little bit of resource, every little bit that they have to obviously walk away with that win. Light tries to push over Uki, who'll push it to the corner. Uses the rest of their boost in tank, but will pick up a 100% tab. But Noms has control, in position. Ball goes over the top there, makes it a bit awkward. But SPCC aren't going to be falling for any nonsense. Nice little touch from Uki. Will be redirected once again to that corner. And both teams now not looking to control, not looking to slow down, will actually be playing quite quick. Nice strong touches. See Noms there. Tries to bring it down, looks for the double. Unable to get that second hit. Noms goes back with some boost. Ooh, gets a nice little play off the beat there. Ikufumi wasn't able to defend, but Grim and Hitman do hold the line while Ikufumi recovers. And you can really see now that the game has, as I said before, has changed a little bit. They're trying to be less cute. I mean, they still have decent mechanics on show from both Noms and from Uki, but They're going for much more powerful touches. They're looking for a bit more of a kick and chase rather than a slow down and move around. Noms, you can see, uses all their boosts to sort of make that play happen, but there's no major follow-up from Light on Max, and understandably, ball wasn't really in a position for them to pounce on. So just continue to move this one along. Noms, good opportunity, will hit the crossbar. Still pressure's on for SPCC. Grim tries to alleviate it. Gets a nice hit over the end, and Ukifumi will capitalize and get the goal. And Uki, this is the second time they found a long shot. ASC were doing a fantastic job with that pressure, but the third man, or the third player, just not in a position to recover quick enough to get or deal with these long shots. And it's highlighting a very real weakness for ASC. Uki trying again with another shot, but will just miss out. And you can immediately see getting that goal, the momentum SPCC is pushing into it. Noms now tries to get it over the edge. Will beat the player, but not the crossbar. Just looking to continue forward there. Uki, nice little touch. Get over the edge there. Noms sees it. Able to get it in that lower corner. And what a beautiful touch from Nons. Good recovery. Repositions well. Makes it hard for SPCC to comfortably cruise into what would be game 6 after this. And that's the real thing here. Whoever wins this has got the match point. Bit of an uncomfortable feeling for the opposing team that don't have the match point, whoever it may be. And again, whoever wins this is going to have the opportunity to possibly qualify for nationals. We'll go up against that third place. Light jumps in, knocks it through. Noms there, obviously pushing it over, and look at that. No boost for Hitman, no boost for Ukifumi. A little bit of miscommunication as well. Sort of tripping over each other's wheels. That opens it up for ASC to get an advantage, get a real lead here. Noms there, beautiful position to get that full boost. Looks to lift the preset. Slows it down. Does beat Hitman, but not Ukifumi. Very good to stand under that pressure. You feel if that was a goal for Noms, it'd probably be match point for ASC. Minute left to grab another goal, bring it to perhaps an overtime, maybe even look for an advantage play. That's a nice little hit there. It's going to be an awkward ball, but Light does well to recover it. Noms tries to bring it through, slows it down, but will be bumped for their troubles. That's a nice little center. Goes over Hitman. Ukifumi will be able to jump in nice and quick. Push it back towards the other side. Noms looking to take advantage of the ceiling. Doesn't get that second hit though, and Ukifumi will scream it towards the other side. That's a good shot from Grim, but an even better defense. Ukifumi gets it over one, but not Noms. Nice strike, will be on target for goal, but an easy defense as well. 15 seconds left. SPCC need to find something, need to sink it, need to put it away. ASC probably just slow down their play now. Can probably just look to keep it towards the sides, push it over the edge there. One way on the side of SPCC over the top of all of them. The last play now. Grim keeps it up. Noms takes no risks. Positions that car and knocks it straight to the ground. And good stuff there. Good stuff all around. Loving what they're bringing to the table. I'm going to really see the teams now not so quick to the ready up. Not so ready to jump into it. Probably just want to take a breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slow it down. It's not match point. This isn't what's going to decide or be a decider for your national qualifications just yet. It's a game like any other. It's the best way to play it out. You don't want to have that risk come on through. You don't want to put too much pressure on the game. Because if you do, that's how the mistakes start. Just another day in the office, just another day at school. But us in the audience, we understand what it means. Noms, very quick. Looks for the little flip reset. Doesn't get quite what they need to make it work. Kafumi pushes through. Grim gets the demo on Noms, but they do manage to respawn in time to recover. We'll let the ball go up. Opts for getting the boost instead. Again, flip resets over Grim, but Ukafumi will see it. Light doesn't give Ukafumi a chance to run away with the ball, but now they just brought it back down. We'll try to take it across field, but ASC refusing to let the members from SPCC breathe. As I say that, finally a breath of fresh air. Nice little play in the corner. Hitman comes in, but Noms will handle that one. Noms gets the flick over. Grim manages to knock Noms down. Ukafumi now in control as I say that. Very quick plays will obviously bring the ball back. Maybe an opportunity for SPCC here. Noms, though, shuts it down. Brings it back to the corner. Beats one player. Knocks it on through. He's got to get demo for the trouble. And two members going down, but the one member left standing is able to cruise that one on in. I mean, I like the idea of the defense, right? I like the idea that they put together. Let's clear out everyone, but you still need to have someone looking after that goalpost. Relatively free goal. Not the best clear. And ASC looking to finish it here and now. Noms open net. Doesn't miss a beat. Knows what needs to be done. 2-0. That's a tough one for anyone to recover from. Hitman was trying to get back, but that was a foregone conclusion. It was pretty clear ball was going into the net. AC now can slow things down a little bit. Light gets a demo and Grim. Noms, beautiful shot. Just got to be a pixel off. Unable to get the entire way in. SPCC live to fight another day. Ukafumi doesn't use their boost. Tries to slow it down. Light will win the challenge. Push that out. Grim able to beat out Nonce on that one. Ball's going back into the corner. A few swings and misses from both teams now as the ball's just gonna lightly bounce back on in. Mass doesn't want to deal with the nonsense. We'll let it go through. An opportunity. SPCC stay alive. Grim manages to sneak one in, but Birdie, as you can see, doesn't get the best hit. Doesn't have the boost to get back in time. Uses what's little is left to try and get around the ball, get itself into a better angle. But Mass is just not going to have enough there in the tank. And SPCC back on the tail of ASC. Noms, good control. Does hold off. Does see the movement from SPCC. Maybe a setup here for SPCC. It was on target. Ukafumi known for those long shots. Does shoot one, but unsuccessful. Mass now gets there in time. Manages to get through. Causes a bit of chaos. As Noms pushes forward. That's not Noms, sorry. As Light pushes forward. And as we continue. Just holding it down. A bit of a slowdown. Noms there. Nice play. That could be the nail on the coffin. That could be the Division 2 finalists taking their win. Noms. Nice play over. We'll guide it with the air dribble, the aerial, doing some good stuff. Kickoff goes through. We need some quick responses, some quick plays from SBCC to keep their hopes alive. ASC looking to hold firm, hold their advantage. Noms pushes up, balls in the air. Looking good in that sentence, as I say it. Grim now. Pushes it over. Noms is going to get back in time. Will be beaten out. And with 1 minute left, something needs to come from the sleeves of SBCC. Some trick that they've been holding on to. If they have it, now's the time to release it. Give us the pigeon. Make the rabbit disappear. One of the two. This is looking like a chance for Ukifumi. Nice strong strike. Beats one player. Doesn't beat Noms. Good patience. Good read. Sees where Ukifumi was going with it. Now goes for their own counter attack. Ukifumi returns the favor. Able to get back in time and also get that save. Light tries to go for a follow-up shot, but will be unsuccessful. And now we go again. Ukifumi and Noms pulling out all the stops now. Trying to get it back, but with 10 seconds. I feel like ASC have done it. Light gets a nice redirect. Nonce gets back in time, hits the crossbar. SPCC defense scrambling, but when it's all said and done, series winner coming across will be ASC, and they will be pushing forward to our final match today in that qualifier. Still yet to be decided who they will be versing, but they will have a chance to perhaps get into nationals. And with that being said, good stuff from both teams there. Amazing stuff from SBCC. It's been quite a journey to, of course, go all the way through Division 2 to make it to the finals, to face up against ASC. You definitely pulled out all the stops there. You put together quite a show, but unfortunately, it will be ASC taking the win. And congratulations to ASC. But of course, more Rocket League action coming your way. We're going to go to a quick break. Do not go anywhere. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Australian Esports High School League for Term 3 Rocket League. We're here now with the Division 1 Grand Finals, and it's going to be the Lakers versus Launceston College. And of course, as always, the best place to watch everything is with your AGON by AOC monitor. AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand. The #1 gaming monitor brand in the world, provides best-in-class monitor brands, solutions, and all other needs. And HyperX, in conjunction with Officeworks, power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. When you need speed, control, and zero distractions, Officeworks has got the tech. Discover gaming gear made to handle serious play. And, of course, last but not least, if you are feeling a little bit peckish, Indomie, the noodle partner made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie ringarang will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au. And with that, I think we should have the division final ready to go, ready to jump into it. I think we're looking good to go as we jump across, and we're here now to bring that to you. And oh, you're jumping on through there. We're making that all work on through. So Lakers and LC jumping into that action now. Lakers, of course, looking to be the favorites. Angus, Cryptid, and Vuki have been making waves across most of the place here. Formal was here with me. He'd be knowing, hey, yeah, these are the guys to look out for to probably win the whole thing. But I don't want to take it away from LC. Launceston College have been an absolute contender the entire way through. Angus now taking control, pushes it down. Messi doesn't want to give Angus any opportunity to play with the ball. And in Division 1, we expect these touches to be a little bit more direct, a little bit more descriptive in terms of what they're going to be trying to do. More intent coming across. But of course, that speed coming through was a lovely catch there. Cryptic manages to push that one through. You can see there was an attempt at a pixel save, but just wasn't enough there. Nice little touch on through. The communication was great. Sinner tried to stop it, but the quick pass, the quick 1-2 from Angus and Cryptic does get that first game going across there, or the first goal coming across. Now Fluky or Fuki pushes through. Vortex, good control, looks for a flip reset, doesn't get what they're looking for. Cryptic will be easily able to handle that. Now Angus on the return, nice flip reset, but the defense from Messi is going to be enough, and they bring it on through. Angus brings it up high. Sends it on through. Vortex overshoots just that little bit, allowing the ball to bounce. Brief moment here. Lakers now once again continue to push that pressure. LC finally get a bit of a breakaway. Jump out, gets a much needed boost in their tanks. And now, oh no. Rule 1, never mind. Another player knocked it. It's all good. It's fine. Let's see how we go now, Vortex. We'll push it through, but Angus, nice little slowdown. It's a beautiful hit, but it's just off. Throws LC for a little bit of a ringer. None of them able to the ball, but the crossbar does the work for them. Angus once again goes for a double. Looks like it's a setup for Fluky, but Sinner will be in position to stop that. A cheeky little demo on the way out. Angus does control it. We'll push it on through. Cryptic sends it over the top of Vortex. Nice little flip reset. We'll beat 1, but not 2. Vortex pushes it over. Gets a nice little play there. That's dirty. Cryptic tried to get the defense across, but it's not going to be enough. Beats 1, as you can see here. Nice little catch there. Pushes over for another flick. Cryptic with no boost. Can't do anything. And we even up the goal score. Messi now. Slow control. Pushes it all through. Cryptic, nice little shot there. Isn't going to be able to get it through. Crossbar. Holds it for them for the time being. Messi brings it up. Vortex now in control. Nice little hit. Let's see what they can do. Angus now. Brings it down. Runs out of boost. Messi goes for a shot. Cryptic reads it. Gets back in time. But the touch is not going to be enough there off the awkward angle. Sets up for Vortex and finishes it off. And again, a lot of that really does come back to Messi's quick shot there. Pushing the Lakers defense to the limit. And LC. Lawrence Citizen College in the lead now. Quick take into a quick defense. Vortex gets a nice little pass down, but will be cleared away. Angus now tries to repeat for the center. Vortex puts it back towards the side wall. The center's got some time. He's going to use it. Goes through. Angus comes through. Locks that away. Says that's just not going to happen. This is the thing. You've got a little bit there. Fuki, though, cuts through all of the chaos. Understands where it's going to be. Beautiful pass from Angus. You can see they try to get back to defend, but unable to position. Vortex does everything they can, but it's not going to be enough. And we get equalized here with 23 seconds left on the clock. Oh no, not like this. And again, it's a bit tragic for Fuki. It was an open shot, open goal. It was just a little bit well placed. It would have been able to get through it. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen for the Lakers. Very fortunate for LC. And game 1 may just be in overtime. This is feeling like the first overtime so far that we've seen today as well. And of course in Division 1, both teams opening up nice and strong. Angus now pushes it towards the back wall. That's it. That's going to be the overtime score there. Look at that. What a way. It felt a little bit anticlimactic. I thought Sinner would have been able to get that, but the angle, it was a bit nasty. Just off that tart there. It was just, that little touch was enough to push it down through. Probably wasn't expected to bounce in. Unfortunate stuff there for Sinner, but definitely a good finish for the Lakers. And now we'll be getting ourselves ready for the next one. Just a little bit of a quick setup here as we get everything right and correct and underway. Both these teams wasting no time as they do try to put themselves back into it. Bit of a reset now in game 2, of course. Lakers up 1. Boston College looking to recover from this one. Reset. Get back into it. Best of 7s are a marathon, not a sprint. And Messi gets the demo of Fuki. Stops there to be a follow-up there from the initial play from Angus. Beautiful shot from Vortex. No chance, no opportunity to strike. Love to see that It's actually a relatively slow goal. 52 felt a bit quicker. Yeah, but it was a bit of a rough angle. Fuki, of course, on the other side of the post, comes rushing in to try and stop it, and unfortunately unable to stop it. I think maybe what made it slow was the fact that Fuki did get a touch, did slow it down as it did cross over, whereas the initial shot coming across from Vortex was a cracker, did have a bit of oomph behind it. But LC obviously wanted to make this a series, wanted to put that pressure back onto the Lakers. Still plenty of time for a comeback. There was a moment when LC was up 2-1 in game 1. And the Lakers held strong, brought the overtime, and won there and then. You can see they're putting that pressure. Nice little hit will come over. 2 members from LC commit. Fuki, no boost. Goes for a pass. Sends it to Cryptic. Will be picked up by the LC defense. Messi wants to control Angus once again. Uses all their boost to get a center in. It's not going to be the most prettiest. We'll go a bit far. Fuki now will push it through. Nice bump. But it's not going to be enough. Sinner will get there. That was an excellent bump. That almost opens up an equalization goal for the Lakers. Cryptic sends it to Angus, who gets a touch overhead, makes things awkward for LC. Cryptic, good control. That's a tough one for Vortex, but they take it gracefully. Angus has all the boost in the world, looks for a double play, and gets it. The dunk is good. Angus just understanding what they needed to do. Look at this little touch over there. Nice hit over the front. Apps it right down. LC tried to defend, but it's not going to be enough, and we're one apiece. Cryptic looks for a quick play. And the defense from LC found lacking. You can see Sinner's in position. And everyone from LC thought they had a little bit more time. Lawson College felt they had some chances to pick up some boost across the map and then come back for the rotate. But the ball bounced in Lakers' favor. Sinner did their best job. Could have held off against 1, but not 2. Angus gets it over edge using all of their boost. Has to recover. Cryptic goes for a cross. It will go to the other side of the field. And the structure now settling. That's a great shot from Vortex. Exactly what LC needed. Yeah, Messi pushes it in with a beautiful pass to Vortex, and it's a screamer. 118 kilometers. Hard to defend. Lakers unable to get back in position. And once again, we've been able to even out this game. Lakers will push it back to the LC half. Sinner, lovely little touch overhead. Forces some resources out of the Lakers. 2 players commit. They manage to cruise that through back to the LC half. Vortex has been very dangerous in this game too. Looking for a hat trick for LC. See what they can do now. Angus gets it overhead. Uses what's left of their boost. Goes for the fake. But that's going to be read by LC as they bring it back over. Cryptic controls it down. Sidewall bounce. Will beat 1 player. Fuki. What an angle. What a shot. Vortex in the right place at the right time. Able to get that defensive shot. Now the counterattack's looking strong. Not the best pinch off the back wall. Does mean it will go to the ceiling and rebound to the side. But Sinner, that's looking good. Oh, Vortex came in as well, unable to find it. Lakers getting away with murder. And now we can see they're on the attack. They're on the prowl. Vortex will guide it out to safety overhead. Angus gets a nice strike. It goes over Sinner. Sinner thought they could get there. And in the last minute, Lakers pull this one back to an advantage. Sinner just missing out ever so slightly. It looked good from the angle. But when you get a closer view, you know Lakers had that one. LC continuing to feel the pressure. If Lakers take this one, it's going to be a pretty big victory in that sense. We'll see how we go now. A free ball overhead. Vortex sends it over. Very good chance at a shot there. But is going to be defended. And the Lakers bring it down. It will hit the ground. The Lakers are up for game number 2. And you can really see Vortex is doing a lot of work here. A lot of work. 770 points there. A lot of shots, a lot of saves, a lot of touches, but just finding it difficult to bring it across the board. Make it translate across. And now we will reset the board, bring things back. Move towards game number 3. Teams getting themselves ready and in there as well. Another jump in, another kickoff. Bit of a slow start for that one. One opting for a speed flip into that kickoff. The other one choosing to cruise in. Is going to push the ball towards the Lakers half. But everyone's just setting their structure up. Everyone's looking to put themselves in position. Get their spacing correct. Lakers just have been so solid at that so far. Oh, what a shot from Fuki. Keeps it down low. You can see Messi was expecting it to go up. Doesn't get the hit they needed to. Then you look at Vortex, who also expecting it to go up. Jumps or pre-jumps and ends up being their downfall. Lakers with an early lead in game number 3. And this is where things start to get really tough. Because again, Cryptic comes through with another one, gets that goal on through. LC starting to see the mountain that's building before them. Because if Lakers can get themselves an early lead here in game 3 and then take it, they're a match point and LC have to reverse sweep to take victory. And Lakers are just on point, are being aggressive. Game 3, they've got a new wind underneath their sail. Tuki gets a nice shot. It's going to go over the top. It's going to be defended once, but Angus is going to bring the hatchet down. Execute that goal well and truly. Messi did all that they could. If they had just a slightly quicker touch, would have cleared the crossbar, would have gone over the top, would have rebounded away. Instead, bounces back into the goal position, making things just too easy for Angus. Still got 4 minutes of play. LC still have plenty of time to resettle, recover, recenter. Get themselves back into a good structure. Stop LC from running away with this game, running away with the series. Balls up high, Vortex brings it down. It's on target, but Cryptic, plenty of boost, comfortably gets back. Rehandles the ball. We'll push it down. Isn't going to get the backboard rebound. Will be pushed away by LC. LC now looking for something. Sinner tries to make it work, unable to get there, unable to get the angle. That's a dangerous bounce from Messi. He isn't going to get punished by it. But you could see Lakers did use that opportunity to Have an attempt at the attack. Have an attempt at the shot. Vortex up high. Will pass it towards the center. Angus does a good job to push it away. Uses all their boost, though, to get this attack on. Manages to pick up that pad. Cryptic overhead. Shot's just a little bit too far. No one available to take advantage to keep the attack. Now Angus will look to take it to the field. That's not a good touch. Fuki gets it back in. Cryptic gets there, but the defense from LC will hold. But they can't just defend. They have to get back on the attack. They have to bring something back. And ball. Overhead. Overshot. Easy stuff here. Look at that recovery from Fuki. Such a quick turn back in. Big hit. LC obviously felt comfortable that the ball wasn't going to be counter-attacked on. And in that lapse, just on through. Big demo from Angus. Opens up the ball once again. And Lakers have really settled into a commanding position. Nice little setup. Nice little hit. Nice little finish. LC really need to bring out all the stops here. Probably not even in this game. Probably look to reset once again. Look to recenter. And try to make their last stand in Game 4. Make it a series, at least. We'll see how that plays out. Vortex keeps it up high. Angus tries to challenge, isn't able to get the beat. And Lakers can continue their attack for the time being, but they need to make something happen. Minute 30. You're at the point now where, with this lead that Lakers have amassed, it has to be kickoff goal after kickoff goal after kickoff goal, right? You can't get something, look to set up, look to push through afterwards. You're kind of settling on those kickoff goals coming through. Because as you hit a minute, it has to be 12 goals a second on average in order to make it back to 5-on-5 just to force an overtime. And that seems to be it here. I feel Lakers will take Game 3. Unless there is some crazy things are happening on the LC side. Sinners tries to push it through. Cryptic will get the defense, will get the hit. Just behind the ball, nice and easy, nice and simple. This rebound might be an opportunity. Messi sees it and seizes it. It goes over Fuki. Cryptic not in position there, not holding far post, has to jump for it. The third player to get back is going to be Fuki once again. And unfortunately, won't be able to get around the ball, but it's a bit of a consequence that will not have an ultimate effect on the outcome. Game 3 still will go the way of Lakers at 5-1. And even if they were to put another 2 in here, still won't affect the outcome here. The work that the Lakers put in early, just too much, just too strong. And now, looking as it all comes down to it, Game 4 really looking to be that do or die moment. Really looking to be that time for LC to take a second. Again, breathe, jump into it, look for that reverse sweep. Lakers, I can see them when they're getting ready to go, getting ready to set up. They have all cylinders firing. They jump in straight away. They want to use this momentum to close it out, to close out victory. But we'll see how we go. Looking like a solid game here. We can see Crypto brings it down. The game's sped up, I feel. Both teams want to draw first blood, want to draw that first goal. Again, LC is the one under real pressure here. Lakers, they've got 3 games to play with if they want to. But of course, I don't think they want to. I think they want to close it out. Call it a day. Hang up the driver's gloves. Look forward to Nationals. Just by nature of playing, they've already qualified. LC as well have actually already qualified as well. Winning the previous competition gave them that spot. So for both these teams, it's a bit of bragging rights. Of course, you know, you want to be able to be crowned the winner of Term 3. But that next national spot that we have on offer will be played out after this one. And the Lakers playing it simply. They're not being too fancy. Haven't seen any crazy tech, any crazy mech. Good strikes, good hits. That was a very, very, very nice wall pinch to try and catch off LC, but they read it. Managed to get the save. Vortex will slow it down. Push it over edge there. That's a nice demo. Fuki's the only one left to defend. Manages to get a touch on it. Push it over the edge there. Lakers recover. They bring their members back. They resettle, recenter, restructure. Now it's their turn to go on the attack. Vortex, though, cuts it off the legs, jumps in. Nice and easy, pushes it away. Center wants to get a rebound to play with, but it will be pushed up. The Lakers are the ones back on the defense. Messi goes for a shot, but easily handled, easily pushed away. Vortex messing with Fuki. Messi gets overhead. Cryptic doesn't have any boost. It's going to be a tough save, but does get there. And LC continuing to be threatening. Fuki will push it out. Angus, of course, with the demo as well, will help create a bit of a release on that pressure valve. And ball's going to go back to center. Angus, quick take, brings it back. Doesn't want there to be any centering, setup, or control. Even willing to play within their own half. Possession is the name of the game. Cryptip gets a center. Vortex gets there. The Angus is just in a better position. Understands where they need to be. Even if Vortex gets a touch, it's just not going to be enough with Angus being so damn threatening time and time again. And with 1 minute 40, Lakers are up 1-0. It's not an impossible task for LC to bring it back, but it is definitely going to be a pressure-filled one. Angus gets a shot. Looks good. It is too good. Sinner unable to get the defense. 133k is pretty fast, pretty quick. If it was just a little bit slower, if Sinner had a little bit of extra boost, could have been a different outcome. But the Lakers standing tall, looking proud, looking to take away that first place finish, that grand final win. And now Vortex pushes over. Is it going to happen yet? Oof. Dookie tries to put the nail in the coffin, but it will be saved. Vortex definitely wanted to go for a dribble, but it will be pushed back to his half. Beats a player. This is looking like it might be an open net. Cryptic, of course, with the demo is going to be back. Angus is going to be also back on the recovery. Dukey gets a shot on goal. Wasn't really probably looking for it, but just wants to push it in that general direction. Angus now feels comfortable, giving us some tech, but isn't going to be able to get that. And that final shot from Dukey is going to be enough. I feel I've got enough confidence to call it now. Lakers, 3-0 up, 10 seconds left, 3 games under their belt already, are looking to close out the grand finals in Division 1. And the countdown's on. LC still fighting. LC still trying. But in the end, the valiant effort will not be enough, and the Lakers will jump in and finish this off in Game 4. A 4-0 victory in the best of 7. And just bringing it back to myself there, looking at that game, looking at that series, bring it all back. Lakers, of course, a class act, very strong, very definitive, but also LC, a class act. Fighting to the bitter end, trying to bring something back here. Both these teams, of course, will have their shots at Nationals. It will not be the end of either of them, but it will be the end of the Division 1 Grand Final here for Term 3 in the Australian Esports Rocket League. But normally that would be where I ended. That is just not going to be the case. No. We still have an opportunity here for, of course, our 3rd place Division 1 to take on the winner of Division 2 ASC to see who's going to take that last spot that we have available so far for Nationals qualifier. So we're going to go back to a quick break while we reset the board and bring that back to you. Do not go anywhere. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Australian Esports High School Competition for Term 3. We're jumping into it now, and of course, we do have our Division 3 placement up against our Division 2 winners for the national qualification, which is definitely going to be good to jump there. And I mean, look, it's definitely going to be an interesting one between this. There's an expectation that the Phoenixes are going to go well against ASC, but ASC have definitely stepped up to the plate, and I believe both the teams are ready to go and jump into it as well. And it's going to be a tough one for ASC to come back against Phoenix, because Phoenix are definitely going to be a strong competitor coming from Division 1. I've seen what Camo can do. Camo is really impressive. But of course, so is Noms. But Win and Totness as well also bring a lot to the table. And already off the bat, it's a kickoff goal. And it's just gonna be tough for ASC. They can't let these ones go through. Win just has that control. Immediately tip over the side there. Probably a little bit of those jitters, a little bit of the weakness coming across there when they go, hey, you know, we just need to reset, get ready before we can go into it. And it's the Screamer off the back. Noms there. Looks to slow it down. Looks to get some control. Will flip over one. Beats one. Camo says, you know what? You can do it. I can do it too. Grabs that ball right back. And Phoenix showing us already why they're probably going to be the favorites to take that national spots. But ASC, of course, will have something to say about it. Noms over edge there. Nice little tap over. But unfortunately, isn't just going to get behind the ball. I thought they were going to be able to save it here. You can see Camo gets a good little hit. Noms tries to control that nice little tap down. Looked good, but unfortunately, I thought maybe Noms was going to try and hit the back wall and jump down immediately to save, but does find the net instead. And now, Camo up high. Beautiful control. Brings it overhead. And yeah, the Phoenix is already looking super strong here. Look at that. Flip reset. Nice little tip over the edge there. Means the ball will stay in that upper third of the goals. We'll see how this one plays out. Nice little wall pitch from Totness. We'll put the pressure back onto ASC. Noms tries to beat Camo, but will be red. They're set up into the defense. The demo from Light definitely will be a bit of respite for them. Totness tries to go for a Doomsy, but it's going to be met by ASC in the defense. With 3 minutes on the clock, not impossible, but you can just see the way that Phoenix are keeping their foot on ASC for the time being. It just feels like the ball's always in the ASC half. Totness now, good control. Camo will knock it back over. Tries to slow it down, but Noms gets to the safety of the corner. Now tries to get it out, but no boost. The Phoenixes are continuing to try and starve them out. They're really itching for that boost pad. And then pushes overhead. Will be saved by Mass. Mass is holding off the time being. Not the best strike, but Noms will be there to pick up the pieces. As Totness just immediately goes straight for a demo. And we continue to go back to Phoenix being relentless on the pressure. Totness. What a shot. Gets the angle. I think that's even a little bit of a 50-50 hit between Noms and Totness here, as you can see. Yeah, it's actually it's a unfortunate orange trail. That is definitely a forced error, not an unforced error. You can see the ball came down from Camo, would have been going in regardless. Noms just gave it a little bit of extra help on the back end. 4-0 now, that score lead. Noms pushing it through. Tries to get it through the corner. Will be repelled by the Phoenixes. Nice little hit will bring it down. It's going to go in the air. Noms doesn't have any boost to work with here. Bit of a dangerous touch, but Light will be willing to help guide that away from the net. Win, swing and a miss. Probably expecting the ball to go a little bit faster. Maybe a real opportunity for ASC, but Camo shuts it down immediately with the demo. Ball overhead. Totnes making it look easy. A nice little flick touch. Yeah, Win just disrupting that defense. Quick recovery from Totnes to get in and get that touch to sort of just give it a bit of a bounce down. I thought it was a flick. It looked like one. It was actually a little dunk down into the ground. Get that bounce action. Recreate what a flick could be. Phoenix is already stamping the series, saying we want that nationals position. We want to be in that qualification. Right, I like the touch. Tauntness rises to the occasion. Will rebound it. Will deflect it. The backboard rebound looks a little bit menacing for the Phoenixes, but they will get it out of there. Camo, nice little defense back down, or actually drop down, not defense down. Deflects it in, and Tauntness will be the one for the Phoenix finish. It's 1, 2, 3. Tauntness, pass to Camo. Back down. Camo tries to get a touch onto it, but 6-0 lead. And you can just see why the Phoenixes are in Division 1. Where they sit very strong there. Nom's there. Showing, to be honest, what is Division 1 capability there. But will be rebounded, will be pushed away, and Totnes will be able to finish that one off. Yeah, just unfortunately not the best touch from Mass. Doesn't reflect the way they wanted to go. Will bounce back towards the goal, and it's an easy finish off of Phoenix. And when you are sort of in this position against an opponent that really does set the bar a little higher than what you can reach, you kind of do need to slink back into a more defensive position. You need to be careful with your second touches, because every time you push that ball into the opponent's half and that it doesn't really hit their back wall, if it does hit the back wall and immediately rebounds back, it can be just such a dangerous proposition for yourself. So what you're looking to do is sort of maintain control and structure of your half. Make sure you're always on top of your boost so that you're able to defend and be in touch with your movements against your opponent. And what you'll find is you're looking for those small opportunities to on the counterattack to bring it back. That's the big thing. But I mean, just looking at the scores there, you can just see immediately Tauntness, Camo, Win, really bringing everything to the table. Nomps trying to hold the line there with that 58 touches in comparison to 13 and 9. Definitely a tall order to bring it around. But we will just wait for the team to get ready. ASC obviously going back to the strategy drawing board to fix that one around, figure it out from there. Phoenix is looking very strong, very tall. They're readied up, they're ready and ready to go. Just waiting to see what ASC can do when they're ready to jump into the action. And it's a tough one, right? It's a tough one to sort of bring it to the table. It's a tough one to figure out what you're going to do here when you know you are up against a very strong opponent. And I think it's actually quite wise as well from the side of AOC to take as much time as possible. Now that they've warmed up into it, now that they know what they're up against, they can put in those countermeasures. They can understand the speed that they should be moving at. And immediately you can see no kickoff goal. Good structure from ASC. It is one of those things where if you do start knocking your head against a strong opponent, and the opponent's ready and willing to sit there in the fight, eventually you start to see what they do. You start to pick up on the little things that give them that advantage. And Camo giving us a nice long goal. Nomps tried to be a bit creative, but as the boost was starting to run dry, Camo seized an opportunity and gives the Phoenixes a nice early lead in game 2. Noms once again taking it up nice and high. Won't be creating an opportunity for the Phoenixes to seize on this time around, but that's a nice ball. But Noms will get back to the defense. Camo, good control once again, brings it down. Pushes it over the top of the last defender there of ASC. You can just see it look like that little off the wall bounce, right? Not even letting it bounce. Just understands if it's off the hood of the butt of the car as I jump off. I'll dodge in this particular direction. It's going to give me the ball with a particular bounce. ASC is unable to do it. The only person that could really respond to that sort of play would have been Nomps, but they were the ones bringing it to the wall. The Phoenix is now 2-0 in game 2. Camo once again, lovely little pass there. Nomps will cut off the play, cuts it in, just says nope. Use that backboard to their advantage. Wants to bring it up for an aero play, will be cut off there once again as well by Win. Right, pushes it through to the corner. Nomps gets a demo. But Win will get on through. Goes for a flick, but Nomps easily reads it. Stays the line, knows it's going to drop. We'll push it out of the danger area. Nomps down, trying to go for a setup. Win brings it down. Mass tries to find it. It's a 3-player commit. And they don't execute well enough to get it on through. And as you can see, Camo knows it's a free net. Takes it nice and pretty. Goes for a little bit of a flick. Bit of a musty. Will comfortably continue to pursue this lead. Light now wants to get around it. Taunt Nest. Doesn't get the goal, but still looks pretty suave with that one. Nice use of the power slide. And a power slide and fake looks very nice. It's simple. It's a simple maneuver, but finding the presence of mind to do it in the moment, especially when a goal's on the line, can be tough. Of course, makes it easy. Tautness gets there, pushes it in. It's going to hit the bar. Nomps will get it out of danger. In Phoenixes, just have a variety of opportunities to make it work for themselves. See how it all plays out. Nomps now brings it to the center. Tautness tries to get it over Nomps, who will use all their boost in the tank to push it on through. Does manage to get that mid boost pad of 100%. Flip resets through the goal. It's a bit of a center, but no one to take advantage of it. That could be a double touch. Unable to make it happen. And ASC really putting some pressure onto the Phoenixes now. This is what I want to see. I do want to see a bit of a competition between the two. The Phoenixes weather the storm. Now say it to our turn. Win fakes. Tautness. Light. Takes the more direct approach. Goes to the ball. Gets it out of there. We can see, you know, yeah, Phoenixes may still be winning. but it wasn't as convincingly as last time. I mean, I guess convincingly is a bit of a weak word, right? It's still convincingly, but it's not as commanding or domineering. A bit of rule 1 happening there between Nomps and Camo. Nomps just understands he can't break rule number 1, right? You can't. Basically leaving Mass and Light to fend against the Wolves. And the Phoenix get another one. 26 seconds left in game 2. Probably a foregone conclusion. But it is still a best of 7. These mechy, techie plays do start to lose a bit of their luster the longer the game goes. And if AOC can keep structure, keep discipline, maybe they can find the game in the series. But the ball, as I was about to say, is going to drop. And it will eventually drop down at the very end. And the Phoenixes take game 2 very handily. 4-0. Once again, we'll need to slow it down. Nomps' score definitely starting to pick up. ASC have a lot more touches there in comparison across the board there between Mass, Light, and Nomps. And you can see the effect. The scoreline isn't as crazy, isn't as large. But ultimately, in the end, looks like we're going to be going the way of Phoenixes once again. As we move now into game 3, continuing to push that lead ever so harder into the future. As much as that makes sense, don't worry, I'll have a way to make it make sense. Yeah, things sort of jump off here. ASC down a member for the time being. Not too sure what happened there. We'll check to see how this one will go. We'll see what we can make it out. Well, we'll see what's going to be happening here as we make this work. We'll wait and see how we're going now. Just slowing it down. Probably might need to look for a pause here while we do set up for the next one. Alright, and there we do. We'll slow it down. We'll just hold off for the time being while we wait for the player to bring themselves back. Of course, Nomps and Light holding on as much as they can. But we do manage to get a pause in. As we wait for Mass Birdie to reconnect and bring themselves back. And yeah, this is a tough one for ASC. It's a strong one for them to try and find a way to bring it back. Phoenixes look strong in every sense of it. They've already got that extra goal here now in game 3. Camo, Tauntless, and Win aren't holding any punches, and that's as it should be, right? The national qualifications on the line. You don't want to hold the punches. You don't want to give that up. You do want to make sure you take every opportunity that you can. Once we do get our Mass Bird back into play and get everything good to go, just need to wait for the teams to get themselves back to being ready, and we can jump back into it. Waiting to see that. I think we do have everyone back. So hopefully we can bring ourselves back on into it very shortly. Get you back to the action, back to everything you can go. And so we're just going to continue to hold this line. I think one of the players took an opportunity just to relax. And we will be going back to the kickoff as well before we do jump back into the action just to reset and bring everything back. Just to try and keep things as fair as possible. It looked like it was in a bit of a position where the Phoenixes could probably push towards that, at least get them to reset, rebuild, and get back in. And again, I'm just trying to think now what's going to be the move for ASEs to possibly try to get a win, try to bring something back, try to be a bit more competitive. They sort of had the right idea in game 2. They were a bit quicker to the ball. They sped up, perhaps adapting to the level of play that the Phoenixes brought. There's also a good look at what Division 1 will bring. That'll definitely be something that ASE are going to be looking to do as well. But we do have Mass Bird back. Let's see how we go now. Nom's in control. Ooh, I thought that one might be enough to get in. It is almost enough. Light jumps in. The first real chance for ASE to draw blood. It was looking so good. Noms brings it over edge. Camo will push it back out. Does control it. Grabs their boost as well for their trouble. Win. Looks to get a nice shot here. Noms will get the save. But you can see the pressure when Phoenix builds it. It is, again, unrelenting. Tauntness will get around. ASE were looking for the clear there, but just unable to get it out for the time being. Noms will slow it down. Push through. Gets one beat. Tauntness will rise to challenge in the air and bring it back down. Came to free pad as well. Tauntness. Back into the center. Light will jump onto the attack. Camo can slow it down. We'll get a flick over edge. Doesn't beat Light. I'll push it through. Here you really see ASE are doing more each and every single time. Each and every game, they're getting that little bit better. The Phoenixes might be in store to run, have a bit of run for their money. Noms goes for the attack. Massbad looking to get back. Buy some time for the rest of ASE to get into their structure. They do. Noms flips resets. Controls. Doesn't beat Tauntness. It's going to go to the center. Camo. Circling like a shark. Doesn't find the angle that they want. But it will be centered in. Win. Tries to get around it, but it will be cleared away. And the rotations just seem sharper, seem quicker, seem more on point. ASE finding better structure. Slowly but surely becoming more competitive. Camo looks to push it in, will be defended. But Win jumping on the trigger. Nice little drop down. Noms gets there, but Win almost looking into the future there. A bit of an oracle. Understands that they can drop down. Even if the touch was a bit stronger from Noms, I still think the Win would have been there anyway. Understanding the general trajectory of the ball. We'll push that lead a little bit further ahead here for the Phoenixes. But we are in the last minute now of Game 3. Phoenix is up 2. Arguably, you could say this is actually a 1-0 lead. First goal, obviously coming off the back of A disconnect. Nomps there trying to get in if possible. Ball's going up high. Camo goes for a flick. Nomps doesn't want to let anything flashy get through. Great solid cutoff from Tornest as well. That ball is not going anywhere near the center. They want it nowhere near the goal. Because I know AOC are starting to look a bit more threatening. A bit sharper. A bit more on point. Kemmer brings it to the corner. Up into the air. It's going to hit the crossbar. Actually, the side post. It comes down. Redeflect out. But we are going to have another win for the Phoenixes here as they get to match point. But when I look at it, time and time again, AOC are looking better. Yeah, they're not at the same point as the Phoenixes just yet, but they're slowly growing into the series, slowly getting themselves into a better position. I mean, 2-0, right? If you look at it, it was, I believe, 7-0, down to 4, down to 2. Down to them possibly getting themselves onto the board now. I mean, when you look at the paper, when you look at what it should be in theory, you kind of come down to it being a Phoenix, right? A Phoenix 4-game win, but we are here now in Game 4. ASC, do or die. They would love to also be a part of that Nationals glory. You can see Noms now will push it over edge. Light. Finds it. Cuts it off the play. Bit of a bump, but they're not going to get punished for it just yet. Noms will bring it overhead here. You can see Phoenix is trying to keep the pressure on. And they're succeeding. But they still haven't starved AOC out of boost yet. They're still picking up those pads. And while you can keep the pressure on, you need to be stealing the pads. There's one there. Camo takes one away. Gonna go up high. Definitely a dirty dunk, but will be saved. Noms now buys a bit of time for ASC, gets the ball out of there. They're going to get some much needed boost within. Camo, that's a beautiful play, but it's just going to go just a little bit wide. Win now overhead, tries to drop it in, but it will be cleared out. And ASC really showing us they can be competitive here against the Phoenixes, showing that they do have what it takes to take at least a game off them. Noms will get the demo. Tauntness have to lick their wounds and recover. And it's a bit rough, you know. Like, you get that 33 boost and it's enough, but you like to have at least about 50 in the tank. 50 lets you do something. And now ASC are the ones to put the pressure on. Noms goes for a big shot play. 2 players commit to the defense. Isn't needed. Win now very quickly. Brings it back to the corner here. Looks to get a bit of a rebound and then a touch to improve momentum. He's going to miss out on that touch. Camo beats 1. Doesn't beat Noms. Now, Win doing their best chance to try and bring it back. ASC just on top of them. Just being physical, being aggressive. Doesn't want to give the Phoenixes a chance to control. If they get a chance to control, they can start doing stuff like this. Shot will be on goal, but it will be pushed away once again by ASC. Thornton's also now looking to control. And you can see the Phoenixes have to go up high. It's the only chance to really get some room to breathe. But even then, ASC are there, marking on point. Good little strike there. It's going to go wide once again of the goal. And we just see a different ASC. They're beginning to match. beginning to on board. Yeah, the Phoenixes still have that overall possession and control, but they just don't seem as menacing as lethal as they did in game 1. That's not to suggest they're still not threatening. No, no, no. Phoenix is still in control, and as I say it, Camo brings it around. Takes it slow. Good control. Nothing flashy, but very effective. Now ball's going to go up high. Light will try to jump onto it, but to no avail. Nice flick overhead will force Nomps to respond. Another center coming in here by Win. Tauntness lunges for it, but it will be saved by ASC. And it's just been incredible to see the way that ASC have grown into the series. Yeah, they're still behind for the time being, but they've had some real opportunities to attack on goal. They've really been strong on the defense. They've held off attack after attack. Phoenixes have been on that pressure and only have 1 goal to their name. Camo now with an open net, but not the angle, not the position. Unable to finish. Nomps will get it out of there. With 30 seconds left, can ACS or ASC find a return goal? Get themselves on the board here. Bring it to overtime. That demo might be enough. Win. Knocked out, but the Phoenixes bring it back over. An opportunity here. They jump onto it. Camo goes for the shot, but it will be pushed out. Knobs with a breakaway. Does manage to get the demo, but we're on 1 second here. And Tauntness will close it away. And the Phoenixes will take the Nationals position. Will qualify on in over ASC with a last second goal to close it on out. And again, you can just see Nomps did everything they could. Light, Massbird were being effective and controlled. They had the good structure, good positioning. I mean, ultimately, I'm happy overall with what they've done, what they've put into this position here. Ultimately, they did a huge effort. Really brought us a strong performance against the Phoenixes towards the end. But ultimately, Division 1, there's a reason why they've got that tag. There's a reason why the Phoenixes finished 3rd. You could just see before how strong the Lakers and, of course, Launceston College was. And Phoenixes are definitely up there in terms of what they can compete with. So ASC did a valiant job to jump into it. And thank you so much for your contribution to the High School Cup and everything that you did for it as well. But that being said, there, in terms of, all the contributions been done by the players and the teams, we have to talk about the contributions, of course, from our sponsors. And AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide the best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. HyperX in conjunction with Officeworks. Power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. Push performance to the limit with the latest in gaming tech. From high-spec to precision gear, Officeworks has what you need. And last but not least, Indomie the Noodle partner made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie Migarang will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au. And also give some love to AEL. Make sure you check out their socials and activations for future events and other things that might be coming up as well. Of course, this competition would not be possible without the contributions from the sponsors and, of course, all the work from AEL to make it possible. And with that that's everything that we've got here for Term 3. That's the close for the Rocket League competition here for the High School Cup. It has been a blast to be here the entire way through. You guys have been great. Massive thanks as well to the admin team and making stuff happen across the board behind the scenes, which do help bring across what was going to be at least going to be the most smoothest possible. But that being said, we will be back with more Rocket League, with more stuff from the AEL High School Cup. And I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend.